I actually think I did this with RJ as an episode. Welcome to System.debug with Megan SF and
Nate Pepper. May the S-Force be
Welcome.
with you folks.
Welcome. We're so happy to have you here. So today we're talking about Summer 20 and all the coolness that was Summer 20. There's so much that was Summer 20. So, Nate, first of all, let's go through some announcements. Trailhead DX just happened. It came and it went, dude.
Actually, I just
There's
got
so much
one.
fun stuff coming. Did you see all the stuff that's coming out for, well, first there's the whole architect stuff that's out. Then there's the new dev tools that are coming out.
The dev tools look amazing. Yeah.
The dev tools look amazing. They look so awesome. And there are the architect guys for the record triggered automation, building forms on Clicks Not Code. There's the new code builder. That looks fantastic.
If it's not going to be a conflict
guides.
with our Summer 20 topic later, what was your one huge OMG moment through Trailhead DX?
I don't really know if it would be counted as through Trailhead DX, but kind of with Trailhead DX. I would say those dev tools. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Just awesome. Yeah.
I know that just recently, my MacBook Pro 2 weeks ago just reset or crashed or both, and I had to commandeer my daughter's MacBook Air so that I could do some work for a couple hours. Mm-hmm. And then I went, VS Code not set up like on the MacBook Pro. And so I found out about VS Code Insiders, which is their sort of alpha, nightly build. I don't know if it's nightly, don't quote me on that, but there's a new feature that's available there, but not GA, right, in VS Code, that's about settings sync. So your extensions, make it Sublime mappings, all that stuff.
So did you not sync all your Sublime stuff to your OneDrive so that no matter where you hook in, you could always pull it from your OneDrive?
I haven't gotten there with VS Code yet, right? So,
you gotta hook it to your OneDrive save, man.
Yeah, but the nice thing is that there's an alpha feature which is available in VS Code Insiders where you can sync extensions, so you don't have to download your JSON prettifier and your all the Salesforce extensions you download, Atlassian thing, and all of your snippets, so your user snippets in VS Code, but then also any sort of preferences you have, adopt Sublime key mappings and whatnot. So not available on workspaces, obviously, because it's not even available in GA VS Code, but hope that one day we can even sync that. Right.
So I'm gonna do a steal here. So major props to Salesforce, Ben. The code builder, you did great coverage of what's coming out here, man. Love your blog. Totally a member. Long time reader, first time caller. But code builder coming out and awesome. This is a picture of it. Salesforce Ben. Check out his website and his blog. Fantastic stuff. He's got a picture of the code builder on there. By Wade Wagner, another Seattleite, Northwest.
Shout out to Nathan Totten. I remember that because it's a Nathan, and
NA8.
And I forget the second employee on that announcement link, but big shout out to just the entire SFDX and DevTools team in general. Dev Console will not die; it's still going to be here, and for all of your Dev Console keyboard shortcut loving desires. So. And
the concept of this ability to track changes that's in beta right now, I want that. I so want that. I want to know what it is. I want to know how it works. I want to play with it. I want to touch it. I want to see how I can track my changes. I want to compare it to source control. I want to compare it to manual effort.
You want to break it. You want to get an unhandled exception with a numeric error.
I want to see how many times I can make my org explode and how many times I have to call and have Salesforce telling how many API calls did you do in an hour.
You want to get a dwarf name out of it.
I want them to say, I'm sorry, you maxed out API calls in an hour. I don't know what you're doing, but you keep resetting. I don't know what you did, but you broke it.
All right.
One day I'm gonna get a badge
A badge?
breaking for like breaking.
Oh, you mean like a physical, like a
Like
badge?
you broke it.
Now fix it. You pay for it.
Nice work.
You buy it.
Nice.
Oh, all right. So
Yeah.
it is, I don't know, it's 90 something in LA. So it definitely feels like summer 20.
It's 72, and I had to close the windows. So
Oh man, our June gloom is done. Like yesterday by 8:30, I had to like, nope, I can't garden anymore. It's too hot at 8:30 a.m. So yeah.
you're such a grown up. You garden.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
I got,
Grandma.
I got food. We got peppers. We got
No,
food.
you have like a house though.
I have a house. I have a property, and it's
Mhm.
great to be able to go like around
Mhm.
7,000 square feet and not leave your property
Not like a few hundred square feet.
in these times. I know, which seemed big at the time, right?
All right. So
Time for some.
now that we've talked about some cool Trailhead DX stuff, man, I really wish that we could have hung out in person. So, as we've mentioned before, Nate and I met at the Trailhead DX. He was wearing like the coolest hat ever with a deployment fish, telling me about the measurements from Alice in Wonderland. And now there is no Trailhead DX for us to hang out with. That's also where I met Luke Skywalker. Also, like the Joker, aka Mark Hamill.
Mhm.
Such a great voiceover actor, not just Luke Skywalker, just like absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Continuing,
Yeah.
great guy. And you can check out the video of both Nate and I sitting there just like in awe of the fact that we just saw him. And I think we're just more in awe than anything. I don't think we get more cheesy than that moment.
I think I used that as my main profile pic for a while.
Yeah, I think you did. I think you did. I sent it to my dad.
Nice.
Yeah.
So summertime. Meg, what?
The living's easy.
There's so much stuff coming out in summer
Right?
20. Where do we even begin?
At the beginning.
You know what? I'm just going to spin a wheel here and pick one at random. Ow! It's like the globe, right? Gotta watch out.
Did you want me to pick a letter for you?
Please pick a letter.
I'm gonna go with a S.
S. Let's see. I think the S might stand for system namespace.
Hi, golly. How'd you know? How'd you know?
It's a gift. These sleeves are short, so wasn't up my sleeves.
Gee Willikers, man.
Yeah. So something that is maybe not like, there are things that are easily accessible and like, oh, nice. Like most devs are going to be able to use that. And then there are things that may be niche, but bug you like, there's no patch method available on HTTP callouts from Apex, right? They have enabled stronger encryption and signing algorithms with crypto methods. So in the system namespace, that crypto utility that allows you to do SHA management, right? Verification and whatnot. There are methods in the system namespace crypto class, which allow you to use RSA SHA 384 and RSA SHA 512 values with all that stuff. Yes.
Nice.
But for something that might be a little more accessible, so the session at Trailhead DX that Chris Peterson and Kevin Porman, aka Code Fryer, aka Noetic Penguin, I don't know if that's GitHub or Stack Exchange, but they did a session on Making Life Easier, I think. I'm paraphrasing the title of the session. And Chris Peterson, I think, product manager of Apex. I'm not sure. He was worked within a financial force. There's a maybe operator. There's now currently that's not the technical term for it.
It sounds very technical.
I know that Kevin's like, I want to call this the maybe operator. And I went, I'm going with the maybe operator. Safe navigation operator. I'm going to go ahead and let's Let's see. Wow, where's the like safe navigation operator? This has been delivered. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. Share screen. Here we go. Delivered. Wait, what? Safe navigation operator. All right.
Are you talking to a tree?
I'm talking to a tree in the Hollywood forest.
Oh, creepy, Nate.
Wow, I can't find the link to that right now. Anyways, so essentially, in Swift, you've got that question mark thing in Swift, and essentially it means, hey, like this can or cannot be null. If it's null, right? It's like JavaScript horror land where it's undefined. And there is something in Apex now where you can basically put a question mark after a variable, and let's say you've got my car dot engine. If my car is undefined, it's not going to break. Like it will only, so you get rid of the if this is not null, and then inside of that you go if my car dot engine is not null, and then you've got okay, if my car dot engine dot speed is not null, use that. And now essentially you can take all of those if statements and shrink them up into putting a question mark after something that may or may not be null.
That's nice. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. What about you, Meg? What are some of your favorite things?
Man, you know, I know we talked about what we were going to say before the show, and I changed my mind. I changed my mind. So, you know, I do the community cloud thing, and I was trying to avoid some community stuff. But one thing that's actually pretty big that is coming out is the fact that partners now have a new ability to share with the new account hierarchy sharing. I don't know if you heard about this. And so now you have your partner and customer users, and you know, similar to using that role hierarchy type concept, they can actually go with the account hierarchy, and they can see within their account hierarchy for where they are a user of. Pretty huge concept. They could not actually see within their hierarchy before. So if you ever worked within a community and tried to share with anyone that was in a hierarchy, you came up with some pretty funky concepts to do so, either with Apex sharing or with taking your users and their contacts and relating them with account contact relationships all the way up. Or you just went with a single level and a sharing set, because if you know, you can only do a single field with sharing set. Well, you got to relate so many levels up. It just doesn't work that way. So pretty big deal, dude. Pretty big deal.
Kind of going next level, like when we had just permission set, like when we just had profiles, and then we got permission sets, but then we got permission set groups. And
yeah.
Right, it's still going. Good.
And I mean, these concepts to sharing that they have been adding to communities are huge. You know, the fact that they expanded sharing sets to go to customer, community, plus and partner users a couple of years ago. The fact that they added the account relationship sharing, channel groups being out there, and now to have the whole concept of the account hierarchy available. So this is mind blowing. It's just awesome. It's a lot of investment in communities, a lot of change, and huge changes structurally and fundamentally to the sharing and security. So take it as a giant win. This is awesome. Awesome. What about you, dude? Next up.
You know, I will say that both, I think both the things that Chris Peterson and Kevin Porman talked about at Trailhead DX are not part of Summer 20. So I apologize, but they're coming and they're amazing. Oh, SFDX has community commands. This
yes,
I just found out this morning after I gave somebody who was asking for help, like, hey, how do you work with communities and scratch orgs and sandboxes and this and that? And I gave them like a 3 bullet point list of the things you got to take in consideration and do and whatnot. You know, like enable experience bundle API, even if it's not going to work to deploy. which sometimes it doesn't, at least you can search through code to figure out where a object or field or components reference, right? When you get the, you can't change the design attributes on this. Like, well, where do I delete it from, right? So SFDX now has force community commands. Ready, go.
And what did I include?
Wow, this is my first Zoom meeting today. That's kind of nice. So look at this, boom, and I love it. Version 49, right? Community commands in the force namespace. Version 48, nope. Oh, look at that. I thought that was brand new. Anyways, that showed up null last time I switched over.
There's new stuff in it.
There's some new stuff in it. So you can, if you did not know yet and you were still dealing with the change from like org preferences to just general preferences in your project JSON, right? They made some changes a couple of versions back in SFDX. You not only have forced community commands, but there are also, and these maybe they.
So those were there for the Experience Bundle API. That's how you deployed with it. Those are the commands you use with the Experience Bundle.
Right. So now you can, in a Scratch org, create a community using a template.
You could do that before. You could do that before.
Do that before.
Those aren't the new ones, dude. Pick the new ones.
Okay, but this is.
Pick the new ones. Pick the new ones. Pick the new ones.
Metadata.
No, you gotta switch to the new version to see the new ones.
I'm in 49.
Oh, you are on 49. Okay.
Oh, weird.
Sorry.
So I don't see that here, but there is a new, what is it? SFDX force help. You can create custom metadata records through SFDX now.
Yeah.
Boom. Which I don't even see in the most recent version documentation online. So anyways, yeah, new, like, sometimes old stuff can become new when we find out about it because there's
right
been released every.
Yeah, there's just so much out there. Nobody's gonna read all 1,000 pages of release notes every single release.
No,
like
right.
Eventually, you got something to do.
Yeah.
And another really cool one that came out, and I'm sorry to jump in here and steal one, but I know we're running low on time because
go for it.
I was busy doing tickets. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But there are upgrades to Data Mask. This was talked about at Dreamforce last year. For those of you that have ever created a sandbox that you're working with consultants, or you don't want to have to turn all your emails off and then change all your data, or you're working with users and you don't have to change all your data before you start doing your testing, or you don't want to have to modify your data before you start doing your build. The Data Mask is awesome. So it's an application that you install in production, and it was out before, but you can now do some enhancements. And it doesn't post notifications of changes to a chatter feed during the masking process, even if feed tracking is enabled anymore. The new configuration called Unique on Text and Text Area appends additional characteristics from a record ID to a library of words or random characters to make them unique. Configuration is useful for objects that have duplicate rules defined. Think about it that way. All those dupes and how they could have just come back and bit you. If you have a new configuration, there is a new configuration called Run in Serial Mode that prevents errors caused by the presence of master detailed relationships and lookup relationships. Chatter and enhanced email are no longer prerequisites. You don't have to keep the browser window open after clicking Run Now. The data masking makes email addresses unique, and emails are the most used in duplicate rules. This change ensures that no records are skipped during the masking because of duplicate email addresses. New libraries for Canadian postal codes and SSNs with and without dashes are available when masking your rules. And you can replace sensitive data with generated using a pattern of your choice. And how is you install it in prod? You run the masking process. Pretty easy peasy. And it's a huge difference. Just think about the fact that especially if you work with customer data, don't mess with all those contexts in your sandbox. It's for your full copy and your partial, or when you transfer your data over, or if you got a script for your data. Just think about
There
it.
is no excuse to use a mask for your data now.
Yeah. Oh man. So think about it, y'all. You know, it's coming out very soon. Summer release is coming out in just about a week and a half. It's gonna be hitting you prod. So hop to it, bunnies. Hop to it. Other stuff going on with Uni that we should think about. Well, here. Oh, we have a guest coming at the end of July. So we have a very fantastic guest. And so for those of you who do not know him, Johannes Fisher will be joining us at the end of July. He's got some great stuff going on. He's got a great GitHub repo. I will drop some of his stuff on the Twitter to start building up his awesomeness so that y'all can start checking him out and drop some dates and such. But y'all are going to love talking with him. He's just awesome. He lives in Canada and he's great. Yeah. It's just awesome. He's currently deploying community just like me. So good times. Good times. Feeling the love of summer deployments. Yeah.
Oh, I'm stuck in Bitbucket and second generation packaging, and I'm
Right.
happy
I'm
as
Azure DevOps.
happy as a.
I'll trade you for Azure DevOps. I'll trade you for Azure DevOps.
Yes. So, well, folks, thanks for tuning in.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow. Or subscribe and like.
Click that bell.
Click the bell. Ring a ding ding.
On the right. And
right.
Go check out the release notes, Trailhead, and
we'll drop the links below.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. I am Megan SF on Twitter.
And I am S-Force be with you.
And it was a pleasure seeing you. See you again in 2 weeks. Peace out.
Bye.